Did we need to be off mute?
Uh, yeah, just for
Yeah,
another
take it off
second
me.
or two. Just take it off mute. 2 minutes. We are live now, and
Get up, you need to get up off your ass, boy. Get up, you need to get up off your ass, girl. Get up, you need to get up off your ass, boy. Get up, you need to get up off your ass, girl. Get up, you need to get up off your ass, boy. Get up, you need to get up off your ass, girl. Get up, you need to get up off your ass, boy. Get up. First things first, don't do this rap shit to stand out. My plan's about to minimize the folks holding their hands out. Whether you on the corner bumming all day at your man's house, relying on government funds, crying cause they...
Yo, welcome to Shop Talk After Hours. It's your host, Excalibur. We got today Sonya Daniels, my boy Quentin, and our producer, Victor Wesley. Before we start off, well, we're supposed to have Hip Hop Uncensored. Right now, we have some technical difficulties with them. Both of them brothers come on, and the other three brothers, Jason, Terrence, and Andrew, come on. But I want to start off saying, rest in peace to hip hop artist Takeoff. He died this morning with a gunshot to the head. Don't know any more details. All I heard was over a dice game. I believe, was it a dice game or something like that?
yeah, it was a dice game.
Yes.
Rest in peace to that brother, 28 years old. My thoughts and prayers go out to his family and friends. And also to the mass shooting that occurred, I believe, yesterday too. 14 people was killed in Chicago. From CBS News, I think it was a 3-year-old, 11-year-old, and a 10-year-old. Those are the kids that got killed. And the rest was adults. That's a sad thing, man. Chicago, man, in my prayers. All right, Vic, let's start off with the topics, man. What you got, brother?
All right, Victor Wesley, aka Vic West. Let's talk about
Sorry, this
WNBA and Lisa Leslie. So before and with Jamar Green, this involves him too. But let me first say that with Draymar Green, he didn't punch anybody, he didn't hit anybody. He's just talking because I know Draymond's one of those guys. As soon as you hear his name, you think, "Oh God, what did he do this time?" No, but he's pretty cool in this one.
It's like Antonio Brown.
Yeah, exactly. You know, really, I think of him like the Warriors version of Dennis Rodman.
Dennis is like Ricky Williams to me. He's a little odd, but he's harmful, man.
Yeah, but like, he's a little borderline. I don't want to say crazy, but high energy, and you just kind of watch him. And it's like what, just one of those guys who's a little bit off center.
Yeah.
So Lisa Leslie was on LeBron James' show, The Shop, sorry, and they asked her a question about the WNBA, and I'm just going to play the audio of her answer right here. If this works like it should.
So a phenomenal WNBA game in Vegas versus Seattle. Right? The level we were talking about earlier, the level of basketball, I was just mind blown. For you, as one of like the pioneers of WNBA, like how do you feel the game has evolved? Does it still have a long way to go? Like from where you sit?
What changes you?
Yeah, exactly. If it's one thing that you, I don't want to say change, that you feel that can help the WNBA's game out.
Help the game out. Okay, so I think the game is looking great. I think it's evolved great. I believe that player for player, players are more talented, faster. You can see they're getting that individual training, ball handling skills, shooting. The game is phenomenal. I thought they're playing at a high level. I'm very proud of them. I support the WNBA still. I will always, obviously we'd love to have Brittany back home. That's important.
For sure.
Shout out BG. Shout out to BG. She's never, far from our thoughts, but the WNBA is rocking. What could we have more? I mean, I just think, from a salary standpoint, it'd be great for the women to be able to make more money. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of hard work. I think I saw something that said, like, one player that makes maybe $12 million on an NBA team could cover the whole WNBA salary.
Yeah, that's what it
So that's kind of like crazy. And again, we're what, 26 years young, so it's not like we're comparing ourselves to the NBA, but I do feel like the pay gap would be something that, we could just take a donation around the NBA maybe one night y'all don't go to the casinos.
I have something on this, though, because it pisses me off. It pisses me off because I don't think there's anyone in America that supports the WNBA more than NBA players.
100%.
The NBA players support the WNBA like
the most.
More than we probably support the fucking NBA. And it bothers me.
You shouldn't be bothered because...
Okay, so that's her response. I hope y'all heard that. And I guess we can just talk about this. The WNBA is a league that makes essentially no money, minus $10 million every year. And the way I see this is the WNBA is an entertainment product. And in entertainment, if you want to make money, you got to put butts in seats. You got to put butts in seats. If you don't put butts in seats, you don't make enough money. And the fact that this league has been going on for, I think, 26 years now and hasn't made any money, any profit, I find astonishing. And I'm going to make the statement, and maybe I'll get a lot of smoke for this, but I think the WNBA players are the most overpaid players in all of sports. We have a league that essentially makes minus revenue, but the players make a couple $100,000 a year. And then on top of that, she's just saying, just pay us more. And if you think you don't have a pay problem, you have an attendance problem. And if you fix that, you'll get the kind of money the men are making. But, all right.
I'm gonna let Sonny comment on this first. Sonny, go ahead and start off first with this subject. Sonny still on?
She looks like she's on. She's muted.
Sonny, I'm mic off.
He's on mute.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm still here. I'm just y'all keep freezing up on me.
Oh.
Okay. Did you hear everything what Lisa Leslie said?
It was in and out. But if I'm correct, y'all were talking about players getting the pay.
Yeah,
She was
Is that what we were
said.
talking about?
WNBA players need to get paid like basically NBA players.
I agree. Because they giving the same entertainment.
They don't put butts in seats like the men. They don't put butts in seats.
Did y'all expect me to say something different?
No, that's exactly what we do.
Okay,
So,
yeah, I'm sorry.
What I think is.
Hold on, did she finish that?
Oh, did you finish?
There's nothing else. There's nothing else to say.
Oh, okay.
So my thought process
I'm gonna
was.
agree with Cap.
Huh?
I'm gonna agree with Cap because some of these girls play harder than some of these dudes do.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, can I address? Can I say something?
Go ahead.
Is
Oh Lord.
I mean, cause those sound like two. Never mind. If they play just as hard as the NBA, or harder. Okay, hell, you have a semi-pro football team full of players that play their hearts out in comparison to an NFL team of players that maybe not putting it all into it. Does that mean that the semi-pro players need to get paid more or the same amount as the NFL players? Just because you try hard? No, nobody's dishing out a whole bunch of money to go watch semi-pro football. People dishing out a lot of money to watch NFL football because of the talent level. People aren't dishing out money to go watch the WNBA. People are dishing out money to go watch the NBA. How can you really say that they should be paid equally if nobody's requesting to see them nowhere near on the same level as an NBA player? There's no demand for them. It is not about whether you think you're just as talented, because you can't say that you're just as talented. Let's be real. You put the top WNBA player on the court with a no-name NBA player. That WNBA player is not going to be able to compete anywhere near as much as the male player can.
Terrence always on that demand, but you're right.
Okay.
He's right, man. It's not as entertaining as the NBA. I'm gonna be honest with you, Sonya. I get more entertainment watching the man and how girls play.
Wow.
Seriously, I'm serious. I get more entertainment out of it. USC girls, they're more entertaining than the whole WNBA.
I think the WNBA needs to be advertised. It needs to be put out there just like the NBA that the NBA is put out there. Let's sell them more as well.
I really
think they are.
I think it's a poorly run business, and I'm not talking about the quality of play. I don't know enough about basketball to make that statement. All I'm saying is, from a numbers standpoint, there aren't enough butts in seats, and to justify that kind of play, that kind of pay for the women. And for Lisa Leslie to just say, "Oh, just pay us more," makes you sound more like a charity or a movement than a business, which is what you are.
I agree with that.
So I put
it's
it like
a movement.
And what Victor say, it's the quality of play. Because think about it. Female tennis star, they get paid more than male tennis stars. Right?
Yeah,
because it's watched more.
It's because it's more entertaining.
I don't agree with that. I don't know.
I mean,
they still fighting for that over there too. They still fighting for that over there
too. They get more of an opportunity and look, such as Serena, Venus. What's the other young lady name? I forgot. Asian girl. I think she's 18 or 19.
Yeah.
I forgot her name, but they get more of an opportunity because why it's more entertaining.
Yeah, they definitely get paid, quite well. considering, you know, they are females in that sport. They don't get paid commensurate to the men, but they do get it according to what they are worth, because they do put, like you said, at the end of the day, sports is entertainment, and they do put butts in the seats. But case in point, the last year, I was just researching this. Last year, the finals, the women finals had 534,000 people come to their game. Viewers, not come to the game, but viewers of the game, right? 534,000 viewers of the game, the finals. Whereas last year finals for the men was like, it was all right. You know, it wasn't it wasn't top. It wasn't LeBron versus, you know, Golden State, Kevin Durant, something like that. Whereas everybody watched it. But it was 12,402,000 viewers. See why they get paid? You know, you know what I'm saying?
The other part of this too, and you just brought this out, is every single player is not getting paid like that. They're individual players, just like with the tennis and golf and everything else. LeBron's getting paid, you know, Iverson was getting paid. You got the individual players getting paid. Your average NBA player is only making probably 150. The ones that's riding the bench or, you know, passing the ball to the superstars. The superstars are the ones that are getting the millions. And just like in WNBA, the girls, you know, that like Penny Hardaway's sister and people like that, those are the ones that are getting paid. Everybody else is getting a minuscule amount. So we got to look at that fact too.
Yeah. I mean, the WNBA finals tickets last year was around $70 to $100. The finals. If you pay $100 to go to a regular season, I was just checking. I was gonna take my son to see Golden State last Saturday. For $100, you up in the nosebleed, you can't even see it. You gotta have binoculars. Come on, man.
Yeah, I really
you know what I'm saying? Let's understand what the demand, like X brought up earlier. It's entertainment, so it's about the demand.
Now,
The
LeBron
demand
James
is
was been
gonna
playing
drive
the
the price, which is gonna also drive their salary. Because if you're getting paid off what you're worth, the truth of the matter is that anybody can say, I've heard Stephen A. and Shannon Sharp and all of them say, hey, these top players are worth more than what they even get paid now. LeBron changes communities, like he changed cities. If he came out here to Carolina, it'd change the economy. You know what I'm saying? So we got to understand he's still not getting paid according to what they worth. So if the men ain't going to get it, the women definitely ain't going to get it, because they not bringing up enough desire to watch. Now they good. They good. They have got much better. I did watch a couple of playoff games last year. I was actually happy. I ain't see a bunch of bricks. I was so happy. I was like, wow, they making their shots now. Like, this is, you know, it was okay to watch.
On that clip,
You know?
and they didn't play it on the clip, LeBron James also made a good point.
Right.
He said maybe if they lower the goal down a little bit more so the women can dunk, become more entertainment, and they drive more views. That's what I'm saying. People want to act when they see sports.
Because nobody wants to pay just to see fundamentals.
Yeah.
That's not exciting.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to talk about millions of dollars in salaries, you gotta attract someone like me. I don't know I know very little about basketball. I don't know what a pick and roll is. I don't know. I don't know this between a forward and a backwards. I don't know. So a well executed play is not getting me excited. Just because I just don't know enough about the sport to really enjoy it. But I know what a dunk looks like.
I don't know nothing about tennis, but when Serena playing, I'm watching.
Yeah,
See, I don't really watch tennis on TV. Honestly, I feel like if I know more, I will watch it more. But yeah, you gotta pull in people like me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any more comments on that?
I was interested. I wanted to hear what Lisa's response to his response was.
Okay, let me play it because I got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you got it? What?
Yeah, because that was kind of part one. Part two of this is I really do think the WNBA is a poorly run business. So let me play the second.
And it bothers me.
You shouldn't be bothered because the WNBA players, I can tell you 100%. And we had a meeting for our 25th anniversary. We're like, do Zooms.
Yeah, and it bothers me.
You shouldn't be bothered because the WNBA players, I can tell you 100%. And we had a meeting for our 25th anniversary. We're like, do Zooms with the veteran, the legends of the league or whatever, and just talking about it. And I told them on that call, the number one supporter that we have, you guys never focus on, and that is the NBA players. When LeBron wore that orange hoodie, I told them that hoodie was just sitting there with the logo on it. When he wore that hoodie, it went viral. And I explained to
We went through
them.
rings to get that shit down to the bubble, though.
What?
Yeah,
They would not send us those hoodies.
Yeah, really? but I explained to them, I said, you guys don't even use, our number one allies that have supported us from day one are the NBA players. I said, they tweet, they follow us, they come to our games, we don't highlight them. They are our number one allies. They have the most followers. You guys are targeting the wrong people.
It was definitely a damn moment when I heard like some of the uppers at the WNBA office.
Yeah.
You spoke to them yourself?
No, I didn't. This heard from a credible source, and they said that when we come to the games, they try not to put us on the telecast as much because they want it to be shown as a WNBA game. They want the girls to be shown, and they don't want to show us on TV as much.
Terrible idea. I disagree with that.
What was their
I
response
disagree with that.
when you said this to the...
Because they've changed that. They've changed that. Why wouldn't you highlight the fact that Draymond Green, if you come and watch a Sparks game, or LeBron James, obviously watch anybody's game, you know what I'm saying? It's saying that you took the time out of your day to come to watch a women's game because you value what you're seeing. It's actually it's reverse. Like, we should be valuing that. There's a million things you could be doing that's amazing. So when you take the time out of your summer to come to a WNBA game, that's a highlight.
I'll tell you one thing, Lisa. They making a huge mistake this week. All right, Game 5 of Connecticut and Chicago is Thursday.
Yeah.
That is week 1 of the NFL between the Rams and the Bills, and then Game 1 of the WNBA Finals is on Sunday at 1 o'clock.
Yeah, what's up with that?
What are you saying?
You can't have it on the opening. You can't have it on the same day as the opening of the NFL.
Everybody.
Yeah, that's an L.
It's an L.
You can't.
So who's ever running that, they're not thinking outside.
Why
they
is
can't.
that happening?
I don't know. I seen that.
It seems pretty logical.
It's pretty logical.
Because you can move the game, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Well,
it could very easily be a Friday and Tuesday.
I don't know, but we need to get that. We gotta get that tweet out early. They need to move that. That's a bad idea.
They damn sure ain't gonna come out on. It ain't gonna be on the shop early enough. I tell you that. We gotta do some editing around this motherfucker before we.
That's a bad idea.
They gotta change my hairline before this shit come out.
They put them on. They put them on the big screen. They put them on TV. So if celebrities or NBA players come to the WNBA, then show it. Like you say, that's fair enough. Show that everybody other than us are interested in what the women are doing. You know, just like Miller said, when we were in high school, the girls were playing, and you know you got some badass girls out there playing. We were there. We were there watching.
Man.
Cut back girl and everything, so that we can go see. We had a girl. I never forget Peaches. Peaches came from upstate, and she could dunk. Boy, we was there every game. Every game.
I bet Peaches said that hairdo like she can fight too. The little ponytail, ponytail.
Oh no, she wore the little tight afro.
All right. Anything else on this?
Yeah.
If the only thing I could say real quick is this further reflects an issue that we got going on right now, and this male-female battle, this busting of heads. You know, and I don't know if it's ever gonna stop. It's been going on for ages now, decades. But at some point, I really believe we need to wake up and realize our greatest ally as men is the female, and our greatest ally for female is the male.
Yeah, yeah.
Bottom line, because when your boys, I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm down for my dogs, but at the end of the day, you do your dog wrong one time, maybe.
You gonna turn on
One time. That's all you got.
Mm-hmm.
And they done. They like, oh, I see you. Yeah, I holler. Your lady, on the other hand, if she really down for you, she gonna be down for you, no matter what you do. She gonna bring you back. She gonna love you. She gonna get you back in place. You know what I'm saying? She gonna love you back into the place you're supposed to be. And a man is gonna support his lady no matter what she's trying to accomplish. He gonna step in and handle whatever gotta be handled to make sure she could do what she gotta do to her fullest. So we gotta stop this busting of heads. And the point was explained. That's why Draymond was so upset. It's because he's like, yo, I'm your ally. I'm out here supporting you, and y'all over here making it like, oh, you not getting it like we getting it. Well, you ain't put it in like we put it in. It takes time. It takes years. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, you ain't gonna get there overnight. Stop with this comparison, because it's a false comparison. And females need to realize they play your position. Stop trying to compare yourself to a man. Well, if a man did it, you will let him. Well, you ain't a man. Be happy being in that
everything men do, and you can't do everything women do.
No.
Yeah.
No. So with all this woman king stuff and all that, man, miss me with all that. You know what I'm saying? Miss me with all that.
So you got a response for that?
No.
But hey, but check,
No,
check
I
this
agree.
out.
I agree. I agree with Kelly.
I just wanted to I kind of take it back to the comparison like to men and women in sports. If you think about it, our female tennis is pretty popular. That's why they're able to make a good bit of money. Well, one thing you've noticed in comparison to back in the day, they compared like how many people in the female tennis in comparison to today. One thing I guess you would call it evolution is it went from looking like it went from going to just being a sport where women compete to a sport where you have sexy women competing. You look at the evolution or whatever you want to call it of what the women wore back in the day in comparison to now. In most cases, when it comes to sell something, sex sells. You compare and not being this is gonna sound bad when I say it, but forget it. You have one side is just sexy, and which is gonna draw a lot of men to it. Men that don't watch tennis, period, male or much less female. And then you compare that to basketball, whereas it's like real, in comparison, it comes off real masculine. Mm-hmm. And you got the baggy clothes and you know, everything in comparison to a whole bunch of women wearing things that a lot of people would call sexy. One is going to draw a lot more attention, especially from men. So you're not going to have men watching female basketball, whereas, you know, they feel like the talent level isn't as high and it's not easy on the eyes.
Yeah, that's true, because female arena football,
Yeah.
One of the worst sports I ever seen.
It's called what it is.
Yeah.
It's launchable.
They can't tackle, they can't pass, they can't do nothing. But they can wear them booty shorts.
Yeah.
That's all they can do. That's it. Ridiculous.
Well, let's move on to the next one.
I'll just say before we move on, when LeBron James was talking about how he had problems just getting hoodies from, doesn't go into specifics, but he just said what he said, that they made us go through rings to get just WNBA merchandise to wear in the game, and I'm like, why does he even have to ask for them?
Bad business.
That's bad business.
Well, when that reference, he was talking about the bubble.
Yeah,
I think during that time.
No, but I don't think he was talking about getting them there. You can get something in the bubble, but at least about like actually, literally getting them to send them to the players, and they want that. So it's like the NBA is doing, they can try to promote the WNBA, but it just feels like the WNBA doesn't really respect the NBA. Between this and other comments that have been made from players over the years, it's bad business. And you're gonna put your game on the same day as an NFL game.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Yeah. The NBA doesn't even do
Collaboration
that.
is better than competition, man.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. What's the next one, Vic?
Okay, here's another one. Kanye West. Another one of those names you hear. Yeah, he, between comments he's made over years, slavery was a choice, wearing a White Lives Matter t-shirt, and now anti-Semitic comments. He's lost all kinds of endorsements. I believe he tweeted they lost $1 billion or $2 billion in a single day. So Kanye's just really getting it, and he was diagnosed bipolar, I think in 2016. And personally, whenever I hear him do something crazy like this, I wonder if he's on his meds. I literally wonder. I don't take anything he says seriously.
Kanye lost it when his mom died. We all know that if you have a traumatic incident happen in your life, a lot of times it changes your outlook on things. It either makes you or breaks you. It broke him. It messed him up. You can see it if you look at his history, look at him prior to his mom passing away, and then after his mom died because of her surgeries or whatever she had going on and she passed away, you can see him slowly slipping into retardation. I mean, just being ridiculously
not retardation.
I used to live in a retardation, man.
Okay, mental illness. He's been slowly slipping into mental illness, and it's just been getting worse and worse as he gets older. But it's like you say, he might be off his meds, and he think it's entertaining, but it's not. It is ridiculous. And I'm not changing the subject with Herschel Walker, but just like him, he's been hitting the head too many times. I don't know, but some of the stuff they doing and saying, it's just embarrassing to the black men, and it's just ridiculous. But yeah, Kanye's been slipping into some serious mental illness issues since his mom passed, and you got people like that's on the Republican team with Trump and his boys. Telling them, good job, keep doing that, and they think it's cool, and it's not. It's not.
Didn't he really lose his mind? Did he really lose his mind? You really think that?
Yeah. I mean, think about it. Think about, it's just like people, on drugs.
So,
when you have a traumatic event happen in your life, a lot of times, that changes your outlook and how things happen to you. And again, it might be some mental illness in his family that we don't know about. And as they get older, just like people with dementia, as they get older, the mental illness starts to increase to where, you know, if you're not getting the right medical treatment, you lost.
And it
Like,
could
listen to one
be.
of his early songs. When you listen to one of his early songs, he pretty much told us what he's gonna do. Wait till I get my money right. You can't tell me nothing. Right?
Yeah.
So,
you can't
so I think, me personally, some of the things he said has been wild. But let's go with the slavery was a choice situation. Was he talking about what happened 400 years ago, or he talking about today's slavery? That like he talking about something the sports guy, huh?
I wanted to address that one.
Yeah, I think he was talking about today's slavery. To be honest with you, like some of these guys.
I mean, I think a lot of times as black people, myself being guilty of this a lot of times, just because something like it sounds like terrible and disgusting when they say it, we go by how it sounds, except for what he literally said.
Yeah.
When he said slavery was a choice, which you wasn't one of the first people that said that slavery was a choice, regardless of whether the decisions or options you have are good ones or they're just one's bad and one's worse, does not mean that you still don't have options. I have the option to be a slave, or I have the option to end myself. For instance, they was bringing slaves over. Didn't many of them jump off the ship and choose death instead of choosing being a slave?
Yeah.
Is death not an option?
Yeah.
You have that option to be dead instead of being a slave. So literally, it's a choice. Two bad options, but choices nonetheless.
You're right about that, but I took it as he was talking about modern day slavery. He was talking about like athletes or entertainers. When he said they decide to sign these contracts, knowing the stipulations were going to happen, but they take the money instead. They rather be controlled. They want to be controlled to get the money. That's how I took it. When you watch the whole interview with the TMZ, when he said it, TMZ just played that clip to make him look crazy. You got to listen to the totality of the whole interview to get what he was talking about.
And I think that's a lot of times that's what we do, because I guarantee majority of people didn't sit back and watch the full 3 hours and some change of that print champs.
Yeah.
Because what people do is they take clips, mix them up. They're not even in order, without any context to what he's saying, and that's what we'll go by. A lot of times we just don't like how somebody's quote unquote erratic behavior, and we don't like what they're saying, so we want to chalk it up to, okay, something's got to be wrong with him. I'm gonna be honest with you. A lot of stuff he said would happen, and then proved it by literally happening to him as soon as he hollered a certain group of people.
Exactly. He's proving the point.
I'll tell you this: as soon as the majority of us start actually like taking him serious and not just chalking him up to being crazy or slowly retarded, they'll kill him. Just like any other person that chose to speak the truth and we actually took heed to what they said, they'll kill him. So it's probably safer for him for us to continue to call him crazy and say that he's retarded. Just because we don't like what somebody says, we have the right to disagree. But a lot of times, stop thinking with your emotions and is what this person's saying factual, or we just don't like the way it sounds.
So I want you to think about it, Andrew. When he said slavery was a choice, when he said white lives matter, He said all the other crazy stuff, they still kept him on, right? Social media.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
No, you're right.
As soon
You're
as he
right.
said something about the other, look what happened.
Yeah, you're
Cancel
right.
him.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right on that.
Yeah.
You're right on that. And what turns to fairness?
When he said what he said about George Floyd, they wasn't even batting the eye until he went the
What
other
did you
route.
say about George Floyd? I missed that one.
He said he didn't die. The cop, knee wasn't on his neck, was on his shoulder. He died of fentanyl.
We know that's partially true, but we can't get into all that. He can, because he got the money to back him up. He can. We know that's partially true, but we can't get all into that. Now I'm gonna say this.
He said all that. They didn't cancel him anything, but as soon as he said what he said about they want to cancel him. Adidas want to get rid of him. What's the name of the clothing line? Balenciaga. They want to get rid of him. Def Jam done dropped him. There's a clip that came out.
Noriega.
There's a clip that came out today with Lior. I think he's the vice president of Def Jam. He did an interview on. He's Jewish. He did an interview on Breakfast Club. Breakfast Club asked him, so what's up with these the rappers that rapped about drugs, whatever, back in the day when we growing up, rappers rapped about selling drugs. Now these cats rapping about using drugs. So these rappers nowadays rap about using drugs, so and so. And he was like, well, he said, DJ Envy asked him, why are you signing guys like this that promoting this stuff to our kids? He said, well, I believe in rehabilitation. And he also stated, I got a family I got to feed too.
Right. Exactly.
I gotta make
because just like we all been saying, just like we always say, demand. And that's what it's all about. Because if you notice over the last about 10, 15 years, all it's been about is ecstasy and certain other type of drugs or whatever have you, and that sells. These users, I'm using ecstasy for better sex or whatever have you, or I use this to chill. So all that sells. So of course, yeah, they gonna go with it.
Sorry, we
It's
shaking
just
your
like
head for.
Who?
Sorry.
Who's shaking
You're
their head?
muted again.
I'm multitasking. I'm doing, I gotta, not
got
at y'all. I'm listening, but I was shaking my head at the dog.
I got you.
Yeah, it's just like anything else. But just like with Kanye West, it's just like you said. As soon as he get his money right, he can say whatever the hell he wants. He don't care. And that's what it is. Because, like I said, look at him prior to his mom passing away. After his mom passed away, now he don't have anybody to impress or to be, correct with or whatever. And now his money right, he can say whatever he wants.
I see it like this. You can look at it two ways. You can look at it two ways. You can say he flipped the switch when his mom died, or you can look at it like this. Well, maybe I didn't want to do this when mom was alive, because I didn't want to embarrass her.
Right.
I was holding this in for a while, but since she ain't here, F it, let's do it.
Yeah. And they got my money.
Yeah.
And they got my money.
And just listen to you guys.
Yeah, he could just be showing you who he really is.
He could be both. He could be crazy and right. Now I heard you all talking about this. I mean, it could be crazy. I mean, I know sometimes I can get caught up in the emotionality of a comment because sometimes the way we say something, the energy we use to say something, and it's not like you don't like what you said. It's the energy that you brought with it, or sometimes the context which you put it in. So sometimes I gotta breathe and count to 10 and kind of
like
filter through it. But.
Yeah, like a couple weeks ago or something. The film in the shop talk.
Yeah, breathe, count 10, 20, 30.
We all had a woo-saw,
Yeah.
Sorry, I wish you was there.
Yeah,
oh my God. No, you don't. No, you don't.
I wish somebody was there, man. Hey, for the viewers that's watching, if you don't know what we're talking about, it's gonna be aired soon on Tubi and on YouTube. You'll see what we're talking about.
Yeah, Shop Talk Battle the Sexes.
Yeah, Shop Talk Battle the Sexes.
Oh, you on which line? Kanye was there on that. She would have jumped on
That's
that.
why I wish she was there.
Hey, look,
Yeah,
you know
I
those fake-
apologize for missing it, guys, but y'all know my 18-year-old now requires me to do some
Oh
extra
yeah,
things.
we just talking about off the subject with Kanye right now. We was talking about what happened a couple weeks ago with Battle of the Sexes.
Yeah, I wish I needed to have been there.
And I had a whoop-up. We all had a whoop-up a little bit.
See,
Right, Andrew?
The thing is, that's how Terrence, AKA Big T, be having them ladies act. You know what I mean? They be having them strung out there, man. They don't know how to control themselves, man.
Oh man.
Yeah, you gotta be a little condom, man.
That was Terrence part of female Willie Earl out of her.
Oh.
Yeah, man.
Her man's wore off.
Yes.
But
yes.
let me say this real quick.
Terrifying.
I gotta get to my time. But I really think, quite honestly, he's crazy, but he's crazy like a fox. Because I think this was all a money play. I think, and this is going to tell what we're going to find out after, is what moves he make. Does he apologize? Because he hasn't apologized yet, to my understanding. He hasn't backtracked anything. He hasn't cared about, mending fences or bridges or any. He just like, this is what I said. This is what I stand by. I'm going to say it again. What you going to tell me? Whatever. Right? But all those endorsements that he had, they let him go. Now, he can go out there, because of his name, he can go out there and start his own brand.
Well, he still had
and
Yeezy.
make money off his name himself.
He still
and
had
then
Yeezy.
apologize and be like, well, listen, really what I meant was, I'm just upset that they have this much power. I really not mad at them for what they doing, but I'm upset that I'm envious of the authority and the power that the Jewish people have, because I'm a Jew too. I'm a black man. I'm from Africa. I'm from original Jew.
Q.
Yes, sir.
Let me stop you real quick. So I think the whole plot of this why he did what he did, because Adidas was pretty much screwing. They were making shoes, using his own design without him knowing. So I think he done this to be able to get that contract. Because now he's full owner of Yeezy. Adidas just selling the rest of the Yeezys they have left. He's the full owner, everything of Yeezy. He's in control with everything now.
See? You got more knowledge on it. See?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I think that's why I say y'all call him crazy.
Yeah.
I don't think he's crazy. You know what he doing.
He crazy for that dope.
And if that's the case, he had somebody. Yeah. But his publicist done told him, look, work it this way. Let's do this. Blah, blah, blah. It's just like you said, though. Yeah. He got out of the contract. If that's the case, then yeah, he ain't that crazy.
He's like Juwanna Man. Right. What Juwanna Man did when they kicked him out of the NBA? He still want to play ball, right? Right? He went and dressed like a woman and played in the WNBA. Right? Had to do what he had to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't think he's crazy, man. I don't want us to give him that. I think the man just smart. He just do it different.
Yeah.
He plays by his own rules.
Yeah.
He's like Damon Dash. Damon Dash say the same thing. Kanye is the exact person that I wanted him to be. He's me, but just richer. If y'all familiar with Damon Dash, I'm trying to get him on the show too. So hopefully I can get him. Damon, if you watching, man, holler at me, hit me up. Y'all got anything else on it?
Off Q.
Q going?
Yep.
Oh, he got class.
Yeah, you gotta go. Yeah,
he got
class
class.
7:30.
I know he got class. He's doing some class work.
Yeah.
We got anything else?
Just one last thing. We talked about it earlier. Takeoff was, he died at 28 years old. He was. This is what I've been able to find out a little bit.
Familiar with Takeoff?
Who?
Takeoff.
Takeoff.
No.
Yeah,
I know you got
Takeoff.
son.
Yeah, he's a rapper.
Sonya might
He's.
he got an 18-year-old
What you
son.
saying?
Huh?
I said he's a
Takeoff
rapper.
is a
He's
rapper
one
for a
third of the
group called
group. What's it called? Oh Lord.
Amigos.
Migos.
Amigos. I heard Amigos. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
he was
He's
shot
the lead guy in the group.
in a bowling alley. It was a private party, and from what I've read, what is believed or the what two rumors is he was playing a dice game and a fight broke out. I don't know if it was over the dice game or not, but a fight broke out in the party and he was hit by a stray bullet. And then, or either in the head and or the neck. But yeah, he just I'm not just but he was out and now he's gone and it's just he's another victim of gun violence. And I'm just looking this story out. I said to say there's more African American men died at the hands of other African American men than by police. And I'm assuming that he died at the hands of another African American male. I'm just assuming, given the circumstances, that was a private party and all of that. Because somebody thought that they needed to pull out a gun. And
Go ahead.
I tell you, I'm not. Well,
Just
I'm not
nigga
saying I'm
shit.
not a fan of gun, but my problem is some gun owners and some have a gun to protect themselves and they're responsible. Some are they're really punks where they need a gun to feel like somebody. And they get into these arguments and they escalate it and now they pull out a weapon that could have been handled with their words or worse yet, their fist. So now you turn what could have been a simple fight into somebody in a body bag.
Yeah, it's sad, man. I don't know if you heard what I said. I'm gonna be blunt with it. It's some nigga shit, man. It's crazy. Another young man, family man. I don't know if he have a wife, but I believe he did have some children. Lose his life over a dice game. Takes me all back to my boy Brian that got killed over someone couldn't get in the club.
Yeah.
It's stupid. It's reckless. Black people, we need to stop saying, defund the police. No, defund ourselves. And what I mean by that, let's watch over ourselves. Let's police ourselves. Let's sit there and talk to the young people about this dumb shit. Just heartbroken, man. I'm familiar with Amigos, big fan of the Amigos. Dude is very talented. Honestly, man, they Hall of Fame worthy, and well, they not in there yet, but they Hall of Fame worthy with their music. They got some hits on them, man, and it's just sad. My thoughts and prayers go out to his family, friends. I don't really want to go into depth because I don't know the full thing, but what happened, it's pretty much out there, shot over a dice game. So that's all I got.
A lot of celebrities and even athletes, they put in the contracts, you cannot attend certain events because of stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it's going to be drinking there or whatever have you, and it might get out of hand. They don't allow you. Well, they put in your contract for you not to attend those type of things because of that. People do that stuff out of jealousy. When they start drinking, they don't understand, what happens. They lose touch within themselves. I had a friend of mine some years ago. Her son was destined to be to go to the NFL. And same thing, at a party, shots rang out, and he got hit. And he's the only one that died at that party. A couple people injured or whatever have you, but he was the only one that died at that party. A lot of that, too, goes back to, and y'all think about this. A lot of these guys that
Andrew, you're muted.
Mute yourself. You mute.
yourself.
You mute, Andrew.
I'm sorry, call came in. I just blocked it. But anyway, a lot of things happen because, just like Miller's saying, we're not training our young adults at home to handle those situations when they get involved in.
You're not a punk by walking away, because you know what you're losing if you don't. If not only your life, you know, you might lose your career, get into a fight, get charged, now you got a record. You know, you hurt somebody, you got to live with that for the rest of your life. You know, you get into a fight and get hurt yourself, now your career is gone. You know, you want to be a doctor, but you done broke all your fingers, now you got to amputate your hand. Different stuff like that. You know, just stepping away from the sports part of it. You know, we gotta teach these children.
Turn your volume up.
Yeah. On a day-to-day basis.
Andrew, turn your volume up.
Can you hear me?
Still kind of, you sound kind of distant. Try now.
Hold on.
All right, what about now?
That's better. That's better.
Sounds good. All right. We got to teach these young adults and our children, starting when they're at home. Let's deal with your anger. Let's talk it out. And if you can't talk it out, walk it out. Walk away. Walk away from it. You know, we have to do better as parents when it comes to these type of things. And because we have to train them how to deal with that anger. Not with guns, not with fighting all the time, but sometimes you got to deal with it, you know, deal with your emotions and then talk it out, because you're not always right. You could be wrong. You could be wrong in situations. And just like what Miller's saying with the whole Brian situation, that young man had nothing to do with it. The other individual that, you know, not talking about the whole situation, but the other individual that was involved was wrong. And you put yourself in the middle of that. Mm-hmm. You know, our kids do that our young adults do that all the time. Put themselves in the middle of something that ain't got nothing to do with them. Mm-hmm. And this is the result.
So you got anything?
Nah.
So got anything?
Oh, also, where's Black Lives Matter?
Down. Oh, where's Black Lives Matter? Yeah, I love that bit.
What you say, Vic?
Where's Black Lives Matter?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Where's Black Lives? That's what I wanted. You made a perfect point in the beginning of. You said that more black men are killed by the hands of ourselves than the police. Where's Black Lives Matter at, right?
Mm-hmm.
Perfectly said, man. That doesn't really matter. That's crazy. It's sad. Like I say, my thoughts and prayers go out to everyone involved in that. We got anything else, Vic?
Nope, that's it for tonight. All I say is click on like, subscribe. Click on like, subscribe. Thank you guys for coming. Enjoyed it. Can't wait to do it again.
We're going to be on Tubi soon, so y'all look out for that too. So if you ain't got Tubi, go ahead and download that app.
Yeah.
We got a date yet, Miller?
Huh?
We got a date yet?
Vic sending the stuff in tomorrow?
As soon as the closed captions are done.
We gotta get the closed caption done, then we gotta send it up.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I ain't trying to pay $50 an episode, man. We sending 10 episodes, bro.
I'm trying to avoid that. So.
Enjoy, you guys. Y'all have a good night.
All right, so
All right.
you guys for coming on. See y'all the next one, man.
All right, bye.
All right.
First, don't do this rap shit to stand out. My plan's about to minimize the folks holding their hands out. Whether you on the corner bumming or they on government funds, crying cause they ran out. It's hard to believe you can receive when you ain't ran routes. When chasing the greed, most people bleed cause it don't pan out. It's time to proceed, so take heed to what your plan's about.